As we got right next to the South Tower, the North Tower collapsed. So we ran. I ran and said some bad things and dove underneath the truck. Another one of my friends just kept running till he got to the battery tunnel. Two other of my friends just ran in the hallway and prayed.
When Tower 2 fell, people blocks away found themselves running for their lives, pursued by an angry rolling cloud.
The second tower comes down and causes a whole nother set of ash all over the place. It was completely silent. There wasn't one sound. You didn't hear anything. And eventually you started hearing activity from people starting to recover, start moving around and look for things again. But the initial feeling was it was completely silent.
The building didn't actually topple over. The building, because we actually saw it coming down, it just like came like blocks. It just actually came straight down. Because if that building had toppled over, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. Because I was that close when the building was coming down.
Did you see any more fires after the World Trade Center collapsed?
Yeah, there was fires. There was cars burning. A lot of the buildings were still burning. A couple of firemen here had to go on the roof of another building that was burning. I'd say there's about 4 buildings that had heavy fire in them.
11 o'clock a.m. New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani calls for the evacuation of Lower Manhattan. There are reports that 50,000 people might have been in the Twin Towers. How many were there today? How many got out?
How do you feel about the whole tragedy that happened on September 11th?
It's a terrible tragedy. We had so many good, innocent, honest, hardworking American people and people from other countries that just wanted to live their lives and do the right things and love their families, and they're gone forever. And that's why it's up to us who are left to make certain that we make their memories special and do everything we can to do the right thing to punish those people responsible.
12:36 p.m. President Bush remarked from a conference room that freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward.
This was an attack of war. They attacked innocent people who went to work, who really had nothing to do with anything. They were attacking basically our way of life.
2:51 p.m. The Navy is deploying missile destroyers and other equipment to New York and Washington. Aircraft carriers are taking position off the East Coast. Fighter jets are streaking down the Hudson River.
The terrorists are in our world. Now nothing is the same. Osama bin Laden is the one to blame. Why should he hurt innocent ones, take people's lives away? We are in a puzzle. I feel so sorry for families. Why, Osama, why? Don't worry, payback's coming. Don't worry, world, payback's coming. Like the terrorists, do you think that they should attack them back for what they did to the World Trade Center?
Well, I think the response to the United States of America has been perfectly appropriate. It's a matter of self-defense. The United States is trying to eliminate terrorism and terrorists, as many as possible, before they eliminate us.
You know, at the very beginning, you welcome the opportunity to be with other people, especially when we went back to work, because you get to see the people that are okay. And you remember the people that are not there, because our company, we had about 1,500 employees in the building between Tower 1 and Tower 2, and we lost 300.
I lost people in my unit. About 5 people were killed. I lost some friends, and just very unhappy and very sad about it.
How did the community get together that day?
Well, afterwards, people started coming around and very supportive, donations, asking whatever they could do. Everyone wanted to do something. People just coming around asking for hugs, even, you know, everything like that. It was a real feeling of unity with the community.
Hi, I'm Jaleesa Simpson for PS41 Kid Witness News, and I'm here with
Jeff Landis.
Could you say an encouraging or inspirational sentence to our audience about New York City coming back from this incident?
Yes, I mean, we've been through a lot, but obviously September 11th really was something that none of us had ever witnessed before. But I think it is encouraging because what we've seen since September 11th is tremendous sense of community, from whether you're a Wall Street investment banker to a teacher to kids. Everybody has really been coming together.
But one thing I do see is that it did bring a lot of people close, because that day as I was clearing the building, it's like people of all colors, all nationalities, races. It's like everyone was, lifting a hand to help one another. Like when I was walking and then my arm was so badly hurt, I had people give me towels and people gave me juice to drink because there was so much smog and so much, I guess, debris and dust and dirt. So that's the thing I think was more memorable about it, because it's like everyone joined together to help, and that was really great.
5:25 p.m. After warning it may happen again, a third building in the World Trade Center complex collapses.
They can break our buildings and kill our innocent family members, but they can't kill and break our hopes and dreams, and most of all, our American flag. God bless America.
Has your opinion about the flag changed since September 11th?
No, I can't say it has changed because I've always honored the flag. I'm very patriotic. But I think when I see it, it means maybe even more to me than it did. Because in some countries, women can't even show their face, and let alone be the superintendent of a district. And so this country afforded me so many opportunities as a woman. And that's why I think the more we can show respect for our flag and our country, the better.
The American flag, it gives me the strength and the courage, and it makes me realize what our country is and what it symbolizes. It symbolizes unity, and it symbolizes peace. It symbolizes the freedom that and what our country fought through, the struggles that we've been through.
What do you think about the September 11th?
I think September 11th was an emotional time for all of us, the whole United States, because I think before September 11th, we should have been appreciating our country more, not just September 11th. So I think it was real emotional. And our country went through a very bad experiences, but I think this event and this war that we was going through, it made us come together more as a country, and it made us much stronger. And we realize now that our lives could be gone within a quick second, and we also realize what our country really means.
Do you think New York City should rebuild the Twin Towers?
I think New York City should help, along with the Port Authority and the Commission and everyone else involved in it, the families of victims and the federal government. They should decide on the best memorial to do. A beautiful, soaring, inspirational memorial that will, for the right reasons, draw people there forever and ever to understand what happened and to resolve to do everything we can to make sure that something like that doesn't happen again.
What would you like to see built to replace the World Trade Center?
You know, I'm not really sure. I'd like it to be a space where people still use it, as well as it be a place where we can remember and go and visit. I've heard a lot of ideas from really smart people. One of the ideas is to sort of build up to where the planes crashed and make that top floor a memorial. I think that's a great idea.
What would you like to see built to replace the World Trade Center?
Well, some sort of memorial, obviously. I don't know what else would really be appropriate. I can understand the victims' families not want anything built there. I mean, there's still people not found down there, so.
If you had some words to say to the victims that were in the World Trade Center that died, what would you say?
Wish you were here.
How can you not believe in miracles when you realize how many walked out of the World Trade Center unhurt? How can you not believe in faith and love when you see the outpouring of those wanting to help? Rather than see the world as an ugly place after the attack, we see it as a beautiful place where people give all they can when called upon to do so. Who can ever forget the police and firemen who went into the burning buildings to save lives and never walked out? Who went in knowing that the chances were good they would never walk out? Nearly 3,000 dead. 343 were firemen. We will never forget those who died. As the stories come out of those who did not make it, you realize how every second made such a difference and how one wrong decision could have been fatal. We will never forget the World Trade Center.